Today is Wednesday, October 1st, the 274th day of 2014.
You're listening to The Wire.
Wow, that was a great intro, man.
We're getting better every single day.
One of these days, we'll stick the landing. Anyways, so how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you today, Jer?
Pretty great, man.
So we've had a few minor setbacks in rescheduling for the bands that we were supposed to have on today. We were supposed to have Speak Memory on today. However, they rescheduled for the 15th, so it's cool. They're still coming on the show. But we did find a cool friend of ours just randomly walking down the street. What's this person doing here?
Yeah, well, coming up in our next segment, we'll introduce everybody and all our listeners to Angel Burke, an upcoming actress and a great friend of the show and ours personally.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's got red hair and makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about my red beard. So
your red
yeah.
beard.
Mm-hmm.
So how was your weekend, man?
I was a little busy. We worked on Friday. We had the OU soccer game. They played Oral Roberts, and they won 1-0. And then on Saturday, we had the women's volleyball game. They also beat 23rd ranked Kansas, actually, in a great comeback. They were down 2-0, and they ended up coming back winning the last 3. So that was a lot of fun. And then Sunday,
and that was volleyball?
That was volleyball,
oh, that's
yes.
Awesome.
And then Sunday, went to my parents' house. We watched NFL football all day. Then I had some friends over. We watched my favorite movie, which is Say Anything with John Cusack and Ione Skye.
Say Anything.
That's the one where he's got the trench coat. He's got the jukebox over his head, and it's playing Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I'm not for sure. Can't say that I have. Can't say that I haven't. However, my weekend was pretty uneventful as normal, but I did get a lot of stuff done. It was a good weekend to hang out with the missus, if you know.
The who?
The missus.
The missus?
Yep, Miss Lyra Lou. My Lyra Lou.
Lyra Lou. I know she's listening, and she always listens.
Actually, today she couldn't. They have a big staff meeting where she works. So.
Staff meeting.
I know. She said Wednesday's the worst day for us to have a show because she can't listen. That's the busiest day at her work every Wednesday. Ironically, from 9 to 11. After 11, she's free. So I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So welcome. Good morning, Norman, Oklahoma.
Well, why don't you tell them how they can listen, follow, and tweet us?
Well, as you guys know, I'm Keegan Meenan. Along with me always is my partner in crime, Jeremy Deere.
Yeah.
This and That, we're on every Wednesday morning from 9 to 11 Central Standard Time, of course. Why? Because we live in the heart of America, Oklahoma. You can listen to us via several different ways. You can go on our station's website at wire.ou.edu. That's our main station section thing you can listen to. You can also go to livestream.com. That'll be livestream.com/TheWireOU. But what we would recommend you guys doing is downloading the TuneIn Radio app. You can get it on your smartphone. Just go download that, and then on the search bar there, type in Your Student Radio, and we should be the first thing that pops up. So, The Wire, we're online internet radio. You can also follow us on Facebook. We really would wish you guys to do that. We really need Facebook likes. The show's grown, and this is our 5th show, and we already got over 200 likes, which is pretty cool. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/thisandthatwire. Not and in this and that, but N, just the letter N. So facebook.com/thisandthatwire. You can also follow us at Twitter with the same handle at thisandthatwire. We're not really original with the name choosing. But if you're a local musician and you're interested in being on our show, or you know somebody who's a local musician, tell them to hit us up. We're always looking for people to provide us insight on the local music scene in the area. And plus, Jeremy and I were big advocates of the local music, so please let us know. You can email us at, and this is going to sound very original, thisandthatwire@gmail.com. And what we're offering now is something pretty cool.
What we're offering is if you come on the show, dude, we'll take a selfie with you.
We'll take a selfie.
That's the biggest prize.
If you let us have some of your music, we'll play it too, which is really cool.
Yeah,
and even if you don't want to come on the show, if you send us your music, we'll try our best to play it. But like we had Headbutt on last week, and now we played one of their songs earlier this morning before our show started. But it's in our library, so we can pick
so
and choose.
it's in the cycle. We're gonna play, you know.
So if you know anybody who wants to have their music played on the radio, which I don't see why anybody wouldn't, you know, hey, here you go. We got local college radio here at OU to do it. So that's how you can get a hold of us. We have some quick things. We have a volleyball game tonight here at OU at 7 o'clock.
Isn't that free for students?
I believe it is free for students. And if you're not a student, it's like $5, so it's not that much.
Yeah, go support the girls, because I know Julia and the rest of the girls, you know, they would love to have. They love the cheers. They love the support of the crowd.
Yeah, and we beat 23rd ranked Kansas last week, and Big 12 has already started. We're playing Texas Tech tonight.
And you better believe that the attendance is a big part of it, because I mean, makes you feel good as a player.
And of course, Saturday the OU football team's playing TCU in Dallas-Fort Worth area, so make sure to watch that or go down there. I mean, it's not that far of a drive. I know I'm going to be at a friend's house watching the game, but hopefully we're going to do good. We're doing good. We're ranked 4th in the country, so that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Those girls are doing good.
No, the football team.
Oh.
Well, yeah,
those girls, too. No.
But, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for you to ask. I got new spectacals.
I noticed that. I didn't want to say anything.
Nobody wants to say anything.
You had them on yesterday.
I hate them, dude.
You look like
No, I try. For those of you guys who aren't watching the feed, can't see us.
There's a little.
They're the typical hipster kind. And when I went to the optometrist and I was purchasing them the other day or picking them out, I was like, I want something different. I don't know. You ever watch the You ever watch
I don't
the
want anything
evening
that's
news?
mainstream.
No, everything on the wall was the black hipster glasses, which are way overplayed and way overworn and chosen by everybody who wants to be different. Or
so you
whatever.
got blue ones.
Well, okay, here's the story, man, is that I turned around and I was like, man, have you watched the evening news? No,
I don't watch. I don't have television.
You should, dude.
Everybody says
I watch. I'm an NBC watcher. I'm not like avid or anything, but just so I can keep up with current events. And Lester Holt on the evening news. I love his glasses. Look him up, man. Come on.
I will.
That is exactly the type of glasses I wanted. But then, as I found a pair that looked similar.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about this guy.
Yeah, as I found a pair that looked similar. Oh, those aren't his new ones. His new ones are a lot rounder.
These like these?
No, they're a lot rounder. Those are like the hipster kind. Anyways, they got like a lot. They're more round, but they're not circular. You know what I'm saying? They're not Harry Potter, but like the bottoms of them are a lot more rounder than that. And so that's what I said I wanted, and they didn't have any of those. It's like every pair of glasses on the wall, from like $500 to $100 for their friends, was all the exact same thing. I mean, there was like Tommy Hilfiger, there was Gucci, there was like all this stuff, and I'm just like, man,
Well, me growing up, I always wore glasses from when I was like 18 months to just starting off high school. And then when I got into high school, I wore contacts, and I didn't even have glasses all high school. And then when I moved back here, I had to get an emergency pair. So,
well,
and you've seen my glasses. Mine aren't hipster-esque, but they're lots like they look like I should be at the library or I should be working at a coffee shop.
The reason I'm wearing them is because I was dumb and I threw my contacts away, and those were the only pair that I had left. So tomorrow my contacts come in because I ordered contacts and glasses. But yeah, so now I'm looking like a hipster with blue frames. That's why I'm different. Made me different.
I mean, all mainstream.
That's the new thing, guys. So go out to your local optometrist and buy blue framed hipster glasses. That's the next big thing. I remember in the 80s I had those big, huge ones.
I don't remember the 80s.
They're like they went like halfway down the cheek and covered the eyebrow. Hey, you guys seen those people from the 80s? Right?
I remember people like 70s glasses with a little like bar hanging over.
Those right there. Those are aviator glasses. They're still cool, man.
Well, the sunglasses are, but if they were not with the sunglass part.
I almost bought some of those because they had some of those frames.
Like what Skip used to wear back in the day.
Yeah, dude, they had some of those frames, and I was like, dude, I'm tempted to get these because I just didn't want to go with the hipster glasses.
You could ask Dino for his pair.
Dude, Dino, I hope you're listening.
Dean the Dream.
You better be listening. You don't got nothing better to do.
Yeah, actually, our guest actually met Dean randomly that one time.
We'll have to talk about her.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that with her because that's so random. This girl meets the most random. So when we come back from our break, our music break, I'm telling you, we'll have to.
I'm telling you, drink.
we'll have to talk about all these guests that she gets to meet and how she meets them, and it's all random and sporadic, but
Yeah.
it's good tales.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. So, yeah. You're listening to This and That on the Wire. I really like that song. Harvey
too.
Danger, Flagpole Sitta. And guess what? Our music didn't mess up on us today.
I know, man.
For those of you who didn't listen, last week we had the
Our lost episode.
lost episode. Things just weren't going to plan, and Jeremy and I were flustered, but hey, everything seems to be working now. Now we have our wonderful guest, Angel Burke. Hi, Angel. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Well,
I
since
made
you
it
asked,
this far, and he's living the dream.
I'm living the dream. He made it this far.
Yeah,
Another
eventually.
day of paradise.
Yeah, one day I'll be saying I'm still here.
So we met Angel last semester in writing for mass media.
I met her in Spanish class.
Oh, you met her in Spanish. I met her in
Yes.
writing for mass media.
Clase de español.
Me gusta mucho.
I don't speak Spanish.
Ah, you should have been in there.
I know,
It was
dude.
so much
it was fun.
All I'm saying is all I'm saying.
That's interesting.
So,
So what have you been up to since last semester?
Since last semester, I have been working a lot, and I've been racing go-karts, actually.
Racing go-karts.
Yeah.
Where would we catch you?
JRP Speedway in Tulsa.
In Tulsa.
That's where you'd
huh?
catch me. About every
I
other
was hoping he was
weekend.
going to say this one right south of the river here, because that's closer.
Oh,
know
Berry
what it's
Hills.
called. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But I always see those kids, and that looks fun.
It is.
We'll have to go do that one weekend.
you know, I remember us a long time ago mentioning, yeah, we need to go get some go-karts. We need to go go-kart racing. You told me about a place somewhere in the city that's like you knew friends or something like that who
Yeah.
had go-karts. But yeah, but you really big into go-kart racing, aren't you?
I am.
You take it to the next level.
I do. We're actually going to nationals this weekend.
Wow.
Up in
Where's that
Kansas.
at? Kansas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow,
So-
really?
Now
Yeah.
is it? Are you just racing against other like female? like,
Actually,
drivers, or are you?
males are dominant in the sport. So I'm representing the females. Yeah, go girls.
So
you know
it's
what I'm
like-
saying?
Is it like
Um,
co-ed racing?
Kind of, yeah.
And is Rubbin racing?
Rubbin?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You know, like from Days of Thunder, Rubbin's racing.
It's a little bit before our time there,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
you're showing your age there, Jeremy. I'm sorry. But no, our go-karts at about half an inch from the ground. You go about 120 miles per hour. It's a great thrill.
Wow.
120.
When I think of go-karts, I think of like bumper carts at the
Yeah.
carnival or
No.
something. But
They're totally
well,
different.
how'd you start doing that?
My fiance got me into it, actually. Yeah,
Ooh,
so I've only
fancy.
been racing for about a year, but we're going out to nationals, and we're going to represent the OKC area, 405.
That's really cool. That's actually
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Thanks.
So, we mentioned earlier on the show that you have met some interesting people.
That I have.
You've met Barry Switzer, which is pretty common for people here, but you've also met Jesse Jackson
Jesse Jackson himself.
and took a
yes.
selfie or took a picture with him.
Yeah, he wouldn't take a selfie.
He was
Yeah,
not
no,
into
somebody
self-
had to take the photo for us.
Where'd you meet him at? Like, what was going on?
The good old barrel, Cracker Barrel,
Cracker Barrel.
biscuits and gravy. You know how it is.
So tell us about your encounter with him.
He was interesting. He was with a bunch of guys. I think he was just coming in for some form of a meeting, and I don't know if he was just distracted, but to me, he was kind of rude. I don't know if it was just like the day events or what was
Yeah.
going on, but he was very, how would you say, yeah, rude, to sum it up. But, I mean, he's a great guy. Obviously, he has an amazing history behind him, and a lot of people applaud him for what he's done. I do too. I'm not saying I don't, but he's definitely an interesting character. Wouldn't be the first person I'd like to say I would like to run into, but he's nice. So
He's mean, but he's nice.
he's I don't
So
want to be
that-
rude. I hate being rude.
No, that I get you. But a lot of celebrities probably come across people that want to take photos and want to get autographs. So
And it's
because I kind of had that experience with Courtney Paris. Is that her name?
I have
But
no idea.
but I caught her. Yeah, the basketball player, right?
Oh, yes.
The big-
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
From a few
dude.
years ago, right?
Yeah, I ran into her at a local casino, and she was there, trying to enjoy herself, and I interrupted her game to ask for autograph.
I need to start
I'm a
going and ask Lindsay Cloman for her autograph, like, every day. Even though we work with her. She might be listening in.
Are you
If
listening,
so,
Lindsay?
hi, Lindsay. You're my favorite.
I miss you, Lindsay.
She's doing sideline reporting now for volleyball, so she's she's getting in on that broadcasting scene. It's really cool, good for her.
That is awesome, man.
Hey, Lindsay, can I have your autograph, please? Can I have your autograph, Lindsay?
Lindsay.
And just start poking her at work with my finger.
Lindsay,
hey, Lindsay.
Run.
I have like a pen, paper. Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay.
Lindsay's a sweet girl.
Hey, Lindsay. That's great.
Yeah. So, what else have you? What else are you dabbling in? I notice you've been posting a lot of things about acting and.
Yeah. Being an actress is my first and foremost priority. I just actually wrapped up a commercial yesterday for a place called the Sushi Bar, the Sushi Bar in Edmond. So that should be airing pretty soon. Did the Bob Mills furniture commercial a couple weeks back. Yeah, and a Ferguson commercial a little bit before that. So. You start off small, and you build yourself up.
Yeah, didn't like Leonardo DiCaprio and all them start out with commercials?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like mac
he
and cheese or something? I don't know. Or was
something like that. My impression was he was like a Welch's grape juice kid, but I could be wrong.
Maybe he was the
Welch's
Gerber
kid.
baby.
No, Gerber baby was actually
I'm
a
just
girl, and she's like 90 something now.
That's funny.
That is funny. Actually, Johnny
Crusty.
Depp dropped out of high school to be an actor. Well, he was actually in a band first, and then married an actress, and that's how he got into it. But
Totally off the subject, but along the lines
it's an actor.
actors is my cousin. She went to school with Brad Pitt and Shawnee.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she said he was really cool and like he wasn't like the snobby, preppy, jock guy. He was really down to earth. And
I'm envious of her, I have to say.
she's envious of herself.
I'm envious of envy.
I don't even know what that means.
I wish I did too. So.
But you also you sent us a picture once of the back of a T-shirt,
Yes.
and it was from our alma mater, Rose State, and it was from our mass communication club. Jeremy was the president, I was the vice president, and we're looking at this picture, and the slogan was what was it, Masscom?
It says it's the only media. It's the only job where you can legally shoot people and cut their heads off.
Which is very valid. And me and Jeremy are looking at this picture and like, who is that? Because only like 10 people have that shirt, and turns out it was our good boy from Rose State, Dean Daniels. You met Dean, which was, and the fact that you took a picture with him or took a picture of his shirt was like.
Yeah, like he's one of those people that from behind you could totally
See or understand who it was.
You totally know who it is.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't have to see his face. I'm like, how the heck is this on Angel's page?
It's just like two isolated friends from different segments of your life that happened to meet each other randomly. Very
I know.
Interesting.
Right after Jesse Jackson, right? Or
This
that
was,
It
I
was
think,
actually
right before
like
Jesse
maybe
Jackson.
a week, if that.
That's crazy. This
Yeah.
girl was just stalking us. She's trying to get in our lives
I'm a
prior.
professional stalker on
Yeah.
the weekends, so yeah. No, actually, he was checking out. Dean was checking out at Cracker Barrel. I was checking him out. No. I'm
Oh
just-
yeah, eyes down, eyes up.
No.
It was that rump.
That. Oh my God, no. But no, I just noticed the shirt, and the first thing that popped in my head was you guys, because you're all into the media, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna send it to them, and sure enough, that came about. He was a really nice guy, though.
Yeah,
Dean's a cool guy.
He's funny.
He's very funny. He loves.
It's funny, like when you interrupt him too much, and then he gets all mad, and he's like he's telling a story that you probably don't even care to hear in the first place, and then he acts like you're missing out.
That or he's told this story like 5 times.
Yeah,
but we love Dean.
And yeah, dude, we love you, Dean. You're funny. You're part of the.
You're a
part of
great
the
guy.
Part of the crew.
We were blast at Rose State when we
You're
would play
old school.
Risk.
But
Siam.
it is fun making you mad. I mean, you can ask Skip. You can
I mean,
ask
you can ask
everybody.
me.
It's fun.
Jeremy makes me mad every day.
Yeah, but that's like you just because you're just pissy.
Well, you know what? Fine. Fine.
Sometimes that
It's the
thong
red
you
in the
wear is
beard.
too far up your back.
What was it? What was your favorite thing? Is when somebody said, "Keegan, you don't take criticisms too well," and I go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, you was under your review for Sooner Vision,
Oh.
and I said, "What do they say about?" He's, you know what they told me? They told me I didn't take criticism very well, and I told him, "What are you talking about?"
I didn't actually say that. It was just a funny joke.
I know, but it is funny, dude. I always tell everybody. You
And
did
it's red.
say that.
I really can't take criticism that
I think
well.
it's the red in the beard.
Yeah, dude.
Brings that out.
Well, okay, so you'll appreciate this. I was so bored over the weekend on I think it was actually, what's today? Wednesday? On Monday. I was bored. I found myself on Pinterest.
Oh my God.
And you were the one that got me made me get a Pinterest. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
I'm
I'm on
gonna go
Pinterest. So I looked up cool haircuts with guys with beards. And they had like the beards that are like a foot long.
I know they put James Harden to shame.
And I was like, wow, these guys know what's up. Why can't I have that? And I realize now I can.
You already have it. What are you talking about?
But they're like,
Yeah, but you got to trim it. You got to trim it and make it look.
trimming is for the weak.
I mean, you got to shape
You don't
Shaping,
cut the
well,
beard.
yeah.
Shape it, dude.
I gotta shape it.
Speaking of
Otherwise,
which,
it's like Grizzly Adams. It's like out to here all the way around.
You could do a Duck Dynasty beard.
yeah,
That would be cool.
I don't work.
The ZZ Top.
Yeah.
You can't diss that at all.
I
dude.
can't diss ZZ Top.
Exactly. Nobody can.
Fun fact: that's my mom's favorite band. My mom. I don't know about you guys, but if you're ever in the car with your mom, does she always turn the music down?
My mom turns it up. She doesn't like me talking.
My mom doesn't like music in the car unless it's Matchbox 20.
My mom doesn't either. My mom, unless it's like Smokey Robinson, like some Motown.
But my mom's like, she never really gets the lyrics all right. But if it's a ZZ Top song, she could probably sing any song by heart, which was always like weird to me because she couldn't sing like any other song all the lyrics through. But she really loves ZZ Top, and she really loves like Joss Stone and Matchbox 20. She loves Rob
I
Top.
wish my mom was that cool.
My mom likes a
mom's
bunch
really
of
cool.
Motown. I mean, she had like a record collection to die for. I mean, but she can't stand R&B. She can't stand rap. She can't stand anything that Motown turned into, like evolved to, which is ironic.
My mom listens to the piano, like the classics. Yeah.
I think the last song like that was current, up to date at the time that my mom purchased was Sinead O'Connor's. Yeah.
Brownie points.
My mom wanted to go to Gavin
She was hot. 'Cause
Gavin
she had
DeGraw. Do you guys remember Gavin DeGraw? I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. My mom, he came to town. My mom actually wanted to go to the concert. My mom's not a concert person. I'm like, Mom, they're all going to be young kids, and they're like 20s, and you're going to be out there.
She's going to be that one that they
But
make movies after.
But my mom, I love her. She can throw a spiral football. Not many moms can do that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And she's super cool. She's like the best. So, love you, Mom.
Shout out to moms out there.
Love you
Moms
too, Dad.
everywhere.
I know my dad's listening in, so don't tell Mom.
That's weird. I can't say that.
What?
Like I can't
Your
say that.
parents are
Yeah.
listening.
No, to my dad. Like I can never be that loving.
Love you, Dad.
I don't know. I don't remember last time my dad gave me a hug.
Aw.
I don't know. He gives me a handshake. You know.
Yeah. See,
You
that was
just
the
grab 'em
relationship.
and-
The relationship
Yeah.
between my dad and my grandfather was like that. But my dad came from like an Irish family from upstate New York.
Yeah. I mean, I tell my mom I love her. I even give her a kiss. You know. I love my mom.
Aw.
My mom.
You're a mama's boy, aren't you?
Yeah. My mom's mean.
Oh.
No, she's
My
not.
mom-
She's really sweet.
My mom was the
She
discipline.
can be mean. All my girlfriends in high school were scared of my mom.
Nice. That's probably what she was wanting. That was probably her goal.
I don't know.
Keep
She's
you
just
away
very
from those.
serious looking.
My mom's super cool. Like, if she knows people are coming over. Like, I invited Chase O'Hara. He came over to my house on Sunday. My mom made us meatball subs and talked to him and asked him about his life and all this stuff. And, like, Chase was like, your mom's really cool. I'm like, I know.
Another thing, it could be like Dairy Boy's grandpa.
Let's not go there.
Dairy Boy, if you're listening, call in 45 after the hour.
Dairy Boy, if you're listening,
Go milk a cow
yeah,
with no hands.
go to the Dairy
How do
Boy.
you- with your mouth?
No, with
I
your
was thinking
hands.
feet. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
Mm.
Yeah, but mouth would be
This-
good too.
That's
This
so
subject went
weird.
south real fast.
Picture that. No hands.
Things
milking
just
a
got
cow.
serious.
So, we're talking on the show that we've all had some interesting, like, dreams over the week.
Yeah, man.
Who wants to start?
I don't know, man. Where's little Jessica Aranda? If you're not here,
Yeah.
mine actually involved her. That's what's weird.
That is kind of creepy, I have to
She's
say.
like, I'm thinking we're just
I know
gonna
now
s-"
she's now she's not gonna come in. She's like,
Well,
"He's having
she said her
dreams
class started
about
at
me."
9:30, so she's probably flaking out on us. But you know what? We're used to flakes.
Aw, that's sad.
Like our boy Tenquaddle.
Yeah,
Poor
Tana
guy.
Doodle,
Jeremy,
Um,
if you're out there,
Tanacle.
No, he's not. That's
Jeremy.
why if he was here, he'd be here.
Everybody
Tinkerdoodle?
go. All three of our listeners go to Jeremy Tanadoodle's page and tell him he sucks.
So,
For
Speak
ditches.
Memory, the band Speak Memory, was supposed to be on today, but they let us know ahead of time. Hey, we can't make it this week.
Yeah, that's not.
And
Flaky,
I was like, cool, it happens. So they rescheduled. So we got our friend Jeremy Tenquaddle to come on the show, and he plays guitar. And then like 2 days ago, he's like, "Can't make it."
I can't make it. I can't make it, guys. I can't make it.
I mean, you don't have to be here
I
forever.
mean, you guys
He don't even
do
hang
stuff
out with
at
us anymore.
He's changed.
Awesome bar,
He's a
little
shadow
high.
of his
It's
former
kinda
self.
hard to keep up with that. So
It's you. You did something to him, didn't you?
what? Me?
Yeah. You ran him off. You
I don't
threatened
kiss
him.
and tell. So
Ooh.
I didn't kiss,
Ooh.
and I'm not gonna tell. So
I had this weird dream. So I knew it. So I have a class called the history of the Jewish involvement in Hollywood, like how Hollywood got started. It's a really interesting class because they have like the Hollywood moguls, like the Warner Brothers and
All the way down to Seth Rogen.
Probably. We're gonna watch The Big Lebowski at the end of the semester, but our professor, he's really cool. He's a younger guy. He's got a cool beard, and the girl that sits next to me, she says, "Hey, you should challenge him to a beard growing competition. If you win, then we don't have to take the final." And I was like, "That sounds like a
That's
great
genius.
idea." So I had a dream like the other night where I challenged him to this beard growing competition, and then he turned all demonic, and his beard just started growing at really fast lengths, and like it got so big it filled up the whole room. It was quite frightening.
that is very frightening.
Really frightening. And you said you got swallowed by a...
Gumdrop. Yeah, I don't know if it's because the Halloween's upon us or what, but I was just sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden I hear a scream. I turn around, and this gumdrop just rolls on top of me. I can't breathe, and I can't move. God, it's horrible. Have you guys had those dreams where like you feel like you're screaming at the top of your lungs, but nothing's coming out?
Actually, one time when I was living, I think it was around 2000, I was living with a bunch of roommates. We had like a commune going, basically. And
Ew.
we were all supposed to go out to eat. And I was like, oh, well, I'm home early. I'm going to just take a nap on the couch. And I had one of those like experiences where like they all came in after work, and it was like 4 or 5. And rather than waking me up, they just were like, well, he's asleep. Let's just leave him. And I could hear them all like talking and saying all this stuff.
Right.
I mean, but like, and I was like, no, wake me up, I want to go,
And you couldn't
then,
say anything.
Yeah, and
See,
then,
it's like
then
the
all of a
most
sudden, like I wake
horrifying
up and
feeling.
it's 6 o'clock, and then they're all gone. I'm like, did I just dream that? And then later, they came home from eating with like, their Olive Garden bags and takeout food. I'm
Oh,
just
that's
like,
awful.
I hate the dreams where you think you're falling, and then you like do that jump with your feet.
I haven't done that in a long
Like
time, man.
you more or less just like have
Like-
an instant pulse. Of,
Yeah,
like,
it's just like
craziness.
if you like electricity got shocked into your legs, and it's like dung. I've always hated those.
Do you have them often?
know.
I've
I
had
think
them.
that's
I used to
healthy.
have them quite a bit, but it hasn't been for a while.
You should like rig something up. That way, whenever you jump, it like runs a magnet
I do.
past the copper wire and charges your iPhone
Let me ask
somehow.
you, now. Let me ask you this is something I've always gone through. Like if I have a nightmare and I wake up, I have to give it like a good minute before I go back to sleep. Because if I go back to sleep right then and there, I go back into the dream. Have you guys ever had that?
Yes. I had a dream
Yeah, dude, I
continue
like
for
it.
like 5 nights.
I don't know if it was a nightmare, but like I had them where like I wake up, like okay, like I'm laying wrong and like my arms all numb. So I wake up in the middle of the dream and then like I roll back over and then like it just like I had a commercial break. I mean, like it's right back into
And
the
we're
dream.
right back
and-
with Jeremy.
Exactly.
Those always scared me.
But it always takes like another turn, like something weird off
Yeah,
the wall.
I have to wait like a good 30 seconds. I gotta look. I'm like, all right, gotta count off and then go back to sleep. Because if I go back to sleep with like before 30 seconds, I go back into the dream. I'm like, no. But yeah,
I wonder
dreams
what
are
your
really
dreams
weird.
like. Those are weird.
But yeah,
Yeah, I had a dream. It was weird because it was, like in my mind, like I was in Tulsa, okay, but it wasn't like the Tulsa that everybody knows. Like the Angel Stadium was there, and I was visiting my cousin who lives in Arizona, right, and his house was like right across the fence from Angel Stadium. Literally, like you could walk out.
LA
and go in.
Angels
Yeah.
Stadium?
Yeah,
Cool.
I know. And that's what was
your
weird.
Angel Stadium.
I know, it's my
So,
stadium.
so I went in there and I was like gonna go join him for the game and whatnot, and then I decided to walk around. And there was like this. Have you ever been to Universal Studios City Walk?
No.
Well, it's like a bunch of shops and stuff before you go into. I mean, there's like even nightclubs and this stuff like in City Walk, and that's the way it was. And it was totally crazy, man. Like it just kept evolving. And the next thing I know it, like it's raining, so I leave, and as soon as I leave, it's not raining no more. And then I jump in, and all of a sudden, magically, I'm in my car and I'm driving, And I'm going through the neighborhood because Angel Stadium's in a neighborhood. And I'm trying to find my way back to my cousin's house, but I can't. Everywhere I go, like, the streets aren't the way they were. So, like, I'm lost, and I'm trying to use Siri, and Siri's giving me all these different points. And I look up, and there's our friend, Jessica Aranda, like, walking down the street. And I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, nothing. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. I'm just out for a walk. She's like, you want to hang out? And then we go drive around and just talk in the car and laugh and listen to music and have fun.
That is so interesting. You know, that actually sounds
totally
like a
random.
movie that just came out. The
The Maze Runner?
yeah, that's it.
I think it sounds like Inception.
It's very similar. It is very similar.
The
It
Maze
just,
Runner.
I don't know. I just watched it in the balcony like Monday night actually, and it was pretty intense. I have to say, there was parts where I have like my food in front of me, I have my cheese fries, and I have like my drink going on, and like there would be a part where you jump, and like I threw all my food on the floor.
Wow.
Wow.
$56 worth of food. So
Whoa.
it's
Man,
pricey.
dude.
It's like the
Don't go to
fairgrounds.
the movies
You mean
with
you don't do
Angel
the-
Burke.
You don't do that thing where you carry your big Louis Vuitton with, like, McDonald's and
I go, yeah.
hamburgers and
No,
shit?
I
in
stopped
it?
by Target, filled my purse up with candy and things like that. But when you go to the
Hey,
balcony,
you know what? You can go to the Dollar Tree and candy's only $1 per
oh
bag.
my gosh, mind blown.
I know.
That's awesome.
No, one day me and Lyra was shopping at the Dollar Tree and we bought all those candies. Like, are you guys going to the movies? They got the checkout counter. We're like, no.
Why would you even ask
No, we're
that?
like, why would you ask that? And then it hit me as we left. I'm like, oh, because people come over here and load up on candy and then go.
It's genius though, because it's more expensive than the fairgrounds sometimes.
I know, isn't that weird?
Speaking of the fairgrounds, did you guys ever go to the fair?
Not this year, no.
I
I wanted
went
to.
And I seen our dear friend Audra.
Oh, did you?
No,
Oh.
I'm just sounding good to say.
I wanted to go see the band Kansas, but I had to work the volleyball game that day.
You know which band I want to see playing? Foster the People.
Foster the People?
They're
I do
playing with
too.
Fitz and the Tantrums.
They're coming
Really?
here?
Yeah, they're playing Friday.
No kidding.
Maybe Thursday.
Where
In
at?
the
maybe
city
tomorrow.
or
Is it-
Tulsa?
They're at downtown Air Park.
Oh, okay.
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I'm going.
That's awesome.
I think I'm gonna try to go if I get my stuff shot for my class.
That reminds me. I need to do my project.
I know.
I shot some stuff last night, but it's okay.
I shot stuff yesterday. Walking to class with
When's
my
it due?
iPhone.
Well, the rough
Our
cuts
rough
due
cuts
tomorrow.
due tomorrow. Yeah.
Really cool class, though. I
Yeah.
really like the electronic field production class. Really.
Yeah, dude. I like the teacher school.
You guys in there together, yeah?
Always.
Yeah, always, man.
Bromance.
So, Jer,
What up?
we're on the street as we got some news segments coming up.
I'm sure I could think of something out of the thin air. No, I don't know. I've been thinking about a couple things. We'll see. We'll see what flies. We'll talk about it during the break.
When is the break?
Why not go right now, man?
All right, you're listening to This and That on The Wire.
On the wire.
Your student radio.
It's the show that ruins your college experience.
Keegan and Jeremy, you guys suck.
This and That on the Wire. Your student radio. Yeah, well, we're back.
Maybe
there's
next
too many
show.
buttons, dude.
Maybe next show
Ow.
we should switch places.
No.
We're never gonna get this right. That was not Chevelle with clones at the end of that song.
Was that Chevelle?
That was Chevelle. You
How do we rewrite? Next time. Next break. Next
Oh,
break.
goodness.
Jesus will love us. This I know.
So we're on the street. There's a time. What time? It's time. Time.
Um,
Time for
let's do some weather, man.
weather.
Yeah. Today's forecast looks like it's going to be a high of 93, a low of 71, with a 20% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be a high of 83, low of 53, with some afternoon thunderstorms.
Yes.
40% chance. And followed by Friday and Saturday, looks like it's going to be sunny from the low to mid 70s for highs, and lows in the from 45 to 54. Sunday looks like it's going to be mostly sunny, partly cloudy, with a high of 85 degrees and a low of 57.
Wow. I love rain.
Love
Bring
it.
it on.
Looking for the
know.
rain. Looking for the colder weather now that fall's here.
Oh, no, I thought it was supposed to rain during the state fair.
I'm looking forward to the orange spice lattes at the Starbucks and all the
It's
girls wearing the
already in.
leggings and the boots and the
Where have you been, Keegan?
Here in this booth. by
Pumpkin
myself.
spice latte's been out for like 2 weeks.
I don't know. I don't go to Starbucks. I don't drink coffee.
Come on.
I know you need to
You're
get
missing
in.
out on life.
need to
Am
get
I?
in
Let me
on
ask you a question.
Shoot.
Am I?
Yes.
You need to get
Okay.
in on it.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee and I don't drink energy drinks.
Get in on it.
In on it.
In on it.
In,
In
on,
on.
it.
Well, you know what time it is, right?
Is it time for news?
I think it's time.
News! Gonna do some news. Yeah.
It's that time for news, man. So we got a couple great stories. Fish out of the water, potato party, and people paid in beer. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I do like potatoes and beer.
I'm fond of beer.
Correct me, German, if I might be wrong, but in Essen, Germany, is that it? How
Is
you
it
say
with an E or an H at the end?
E-S-S-E-N.
Yeah, that is correct.
Essen, Germany. A new program aimed at getting alcoholics and drug addicts off the streets is supposed to have begun today. However, this program has a twist because the participants of this program will be paid in beer and cigarettes, among other things, to clean up the city, pick up trash and remove graffiti and whatnot. The program is set to start today and is inspired by a Dutch program in Amsterdam. Both programs face heavy criticism. Now, the Dutch one started, I believe, earlier this year, or maybe it was last year, and it's been going strong. And apparently what they do is they give these alcoholics literally, they come to work with shakes and they give them 3 or 4 beers. They start them out with 2 beers and then they put them out to work and give them a beer break and make sure they drink plenty of water and whatnot.
That's crazy.
That's interesting.
I wonder if he did that in the United States.
Oh, that wouldn't pass here either.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
giving alcoholics beer in exchange for work? Why do I have a Britishy accent?
Like, what's up with that? I don't really know.
Miraculously, they said that the alcoholics and stuff, the participants of this program, drink a lot less
No kidding.
than they were.
Who knew?
I could see that because you're out working on a hot day and you're drinking beer.
I'm pretty sure they give them like money too, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, like beer and cigarettes too, that's supplied for them.
You said the Dutch one's doing pretty well.
Yeah, but it's under like a lot of criticism. Like there's a lot of public outcry, and mainly people from other countries trying to put their 2 cents in on what the Dutch do. But we all know how the Dutch are; they don't care, and
They're just hating on them.
exactly,
They
man.
wish they were them.
There's not much that they hide and that they don't talk about.
The Dutch are pretty cool.
Pretty open.
I've never met a Dutch person I didn't like. Kind of like how Will Rogers never met a man he didn't like.
Oh yeah.
That is interesting to think. What's the program called? Do you know? It's just
no. They were just talking about the program. That's all the headline said. It had some lady from an organization who was helping round up people, but she had nothing to do with the actual program itself.
So could I join this program?
If you want.
Okay.
I mean,
I'd rather get paid in money, but I guess
Exactly.
beer works. And I could see it working better in Germany than it is in Holland, because German beer is amazing.
and so what are you trying to say?
German beer is amazing.
Germans are drunkards?
No,
Oh. And Holland,
Although Irish
Hollandies
people,
They're
on the other
tokers.
hand-
are tokers. What do you say, Irish people?
Irish people are potato lovers.
Potato loving.
We like our burr.
Speaking of potatoes, didn't you have a story about potatoes?
Yeah, and everybody heard about the guy on Kickstarter.
LeVar Burton?
In Columbus, Ohio, Zach Brown jokingly crowdfunded his ingredients to make potato salad. However, no one, especially Zach, knew how far it would go. Zach's goal of just $10 started in July, but it soon went viral and ended with a whopping $55,000 in donations. And I've heard that number's a little higher, but I couldn't verify anything. So over this past weekend, what happened was he threw what was known as Potato Fest 2014 in downtown Columbus. The event was open to everyone, free of charge, and everyone who attended enjoyed all the potato salad they could muster. Ha ha! You get that mustard?
Get it?
Zach has since then partnered with the Columbus Foundation to support charities that fight hunger and homelessness.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, because Kickstarter apparently has this thing where you can't give directly to to charities. So he's used his money and there was a big potato company out of Idaho who supplied all the
course.
ingredients.
Idaho.
It would be Idaho.
Yeah, he actually flew out there on some of the Kickstarter money and.
So you're saying you can't use Kickstarter money and send that straight to a charity?
Yeah.
Huh.
But you can work with other foundations to make sure that the money gets there.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, like a charity can't create a Kickstarter, and you can't create a Kickstarter for a charity.
Oh, okay.
So everybody paid him for a potato salad. The potato company in Idaho donated everything for potato salad, so that freed up all the money that he could then donate to.
What would you call somebody from Idaho? Idahonians? Idahoans? Anyway, kudos to you guys giving up potatoes.
Idahoanites.
They like their taters.
It's funny. My favorite food is potatoes, but I do not like potato salad. I can't stand it.
Are you serious?
Apparently, this guy
I love
had
potato
never
salad.
had potato salad, from what I heard. I don't
Really?
know how
Well,
true
he's
that
not missing out
is.
on anything. It's not that good. He's gonna fight me now?
I think it all.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a little throwdown in here. WWE.
I think it all
SmackDown.
depends on like who makes a potato salad, because
Yeah, I like the sweeter ones. I'll be honest.
I mean, I don't know. My friend's mother made the best potato salad, and she didn't do much else, but she could make some damn good potato salad.
She didn't do much else, but when it came to her potato
I'm
salad,
telling you. Drink.
Angel, you might be out of the loop. Every time Jeremy says, "I'm telling you," because he says that a lot and he doesn't know it.
No, I say it now, intentionally.
Intentionally, you plan it now.
It's
Yeah,
like a
it
drinking
came from
game.
it came from a podcast that we just played around with.
I see.
And every time I would get busy doing something, I would just, rather than repeat what he said, I would just say, "I'm telling you," in
telling you.
agreement.
I might pick up
Drink.
on that actually. I might start saying
Don't.
it. Is that
Yeah,
maybe against
don't,
the
no.
rules?
No, but every time he says it, we made it a drinking game. But I don't
Yeah.
think anybody's drinking from 9 in the morning to 11 in the
I
morning.
might have
Kenneth
some orange
Pletz,
juice
you better
in my
drink.
car, but
Better drink some milk with your boy. I know you're listening.
Hey, Plex. Hey, Plex. Hey,
And
boy.
then our fish out of the water story is Michael Phelps landed another DUI. Hey,
seriously?
what a douche. And that has been our news. That has been our news for today.
It worked. We got it on time this time.
I know.
We're going places.
I'm telling you. Drink.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Hey, I hope you guys are liking our cool little intros and outros for stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on that stuff, man. I'm trying to get it better, but if I could load it into the 360, it'd be cool. Like, what's his face said? But it's not an option, so I have to push play and stop and jumble all these things. That's why you're hearing all the extras.
Yeah, it's a little bit complex machinery that we have to use.
Too many buttons.
Too many buttons.
You
And
should
I'd
just
let
push
Jeremy
one
touch
and
all
it
of
would
them.
quit.
Hey, if it was easy, anybody could do it, right?
Exactly.
So
I mean, we kind of just went in here one day, and we thought we were supposed to have a show that week. Turns out it was like the week, 2 weeks after that.
ooh.
So our first show was like, hopefully the show no one ever heard. But
Is there any way you can go back in time and just kind of play
no,
it again?
time machines don't exist.
I mean, do you have a tape of it? I want to hear it.
No.
What is it?
The
Our
first.
first episode, not our first official episode.
Oh, yeah.
So
Bet some really good memories are made.
That was
No,
better than our
it-
lost episode, though. I got to say that much.
you think?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Last week was the lost episode.
I really want to hear this episode now. The first. I
There's a
really-
way to get it, and I'm tempted to getting it and just holding
Just
it.
play it.
No.
No?
Never.
it was
We
horrible.
hold it
Oh, come on.
so no
Everything fell apart. The phones
epic.
wouldn't work.
Headbutt left.
Who?
The band we had on, they had to leave early.
Headbutt?
It's a great band. You should listen to them. They're really good.
That's interesting. I wonder how they came across their name.
We asked them.
And?
You could
Apparently.
find out if you listen to the lost
Oh,
episode.
well, I guess we need to find that then.
Yeah, we'll put these all up on YouTube so everybody can go back and listen to them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on a lot of things.
I just got word from a second person that the wire feed is down, so only our TuneIn app listeners are able to join us today.
Well,
Sucks for everybody else. We're having some major fun over here.
Hmm.
Just saying.
All these stories that I covered are on the Facebook page now, so make sure you go check them out at Facebook /this and that. the ones that where you followed us and gave us all the likes. Make sure you check out Michael Phelps's what is that called, a mugshot?
Oh, that's awful.
It looks pretty hairy.
You know, speaking of mug shots, up in California, there's a restaurant called The Burger, and instead of giving you a number, they give you a picture of a celebrity mug shot, and that's how they get your food to you. It's pretty interesting.
Nicolas Cage.
Macaulay Culkin.
Lindsay Lohan.
Amanda Bynes.
She was my favorite.
Apparently, there's a place I've never been. I think it's in San Antonio. It's called, I think it's called Dick's. And they
Big Dicks.
And I think they treat you like crap. Like their purpose is to
intentionally.
They throw like rolls and stuff at you.
What is it, Dick's?
They called me a firecrotch.
I got a whole bunch of what are those big tall beer mugs from there?
Oh,
it's
really?
Dick's Roadhouse or something like that. There's a Dick's Roadhouse in Texas, in Dallas area. It's awesome. They throw rolls and they treat you like crap. Like, hi, how the hell are you? You know.
Too bad I don't just give a beep.
Yeah.
I think my dad went and he was like, "These people are extremely rude."
And you pay for that.
I like it.
And then he goes, "No, it's a theme." I'm like, "Theme to be mean to people?" I wonder how their tips work.
I really wonder.
Do they?
Or if they leave there and go to another restaurant. I mean, how hard that is to transition from being so mean.
How to keep from being mean to your customers.
They'll slip now and then. You know they would. They would be like,
"Yeah, what do you want?" I mean, I'm so sorry. I work over at the Dick's Roadhouse.
What can I get you?
I had to break out of character.
Oh, the life.
So I'm thinking that we have a really cool list this week, which we will discuss when we come back at 10 o'clock. So hopefully, if I push this button, we'll go to the song that we want to go to that Jeremy doesn't mess with. You're listening to This and That on The Wire. Keegan and Jeremy on The Wire. This and that. Listen online. Stephen Thorne. He's a cool kid.
It was Bronco. I like that intro. That's a cool one.
So we have our list courtesy of BuzzFeed.
Oh, by the way, that was the Casa Cheer Go Getter. The music you guys was listening to.
This is actually one of those songs that I first heard here at the radio station. I went and liked it and got it on Spotify. Really good song. I like that song. Courtesy of BuzzFeed, we have a top 15 list. 15 things that should be illegal on airplanes. And we'd like to ask Angel about her input on these as well. So, first one, encroaching on someone else's personal space with bare, crusty feet. And
okay, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
that is gross.
There's a
That should
nasty
definitely be
picture
illegal.
of somebody's foot between the wall and the lining of the chair. It's all nasty.
Like behind
and
you, and
crusty.
somebody
Like
sitting behind you.
toe creeping on you.
Ugh.
Hello, what's your name, little girl?
With your toes.
Ugh.
That's weird.
On all future flights, perpetrators shall be forced to wear locked slippers, which can only be unlocked by a third party on arrival of destination.
You're so excited. I understand.
Or like ankle chains to your seat.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what if like you were going down and
Dude, if you're going down, you're going down.
You're yelling timber.
I'm yelling timber.
Yeah, if you're going down, you're going down.
Yeah.
Number 2, or putting bare feet anywhere on an airplane, even if it's within your own space. It's pretty nasty.
More or less, keep your shoes on.
Wear
please.
socks at least.
Not even that. Some
Yeah.
guys don't even wash their socks.
Well,
like there's fungi humans haven't even discovered on some socks.
it's pretty nasty, I
Real
know,
talk.
but it's nasty. I hate feet.
I hate feet too.
Number 3, odorous assault by tuna fish sandwich or other equally smelly food items. Who eats a tuna fish sandwich on a plane?
I would get sick by the smell.
Like, I like tuna, and I know it smells, so I don't eat it near anybody, because I respect people.
The world thanks you for that.
Thanks. Punishment, no peanuts. Number 4, rows with no windows? Welcome to your torture box for the next however many hours.
I haven't even been on a plane without having
No,
a window.
I've been on one where like the windows are offset. Where
Yeah,
I got to lean really far forward, or I got to lean, like I got to lay the
like
seat back
smash
and
yourself against your seat.
yeah, to see out the window.
That sucks.
And really like that. almost like that, but
But-
less space.
Yeah.
That
is torturous,
I've had
though.
that problem once. I had to sit in the emergency exit. You know that where they
Yeah,
like
we-
emergency exits. I hate that's the
Exit.
scariest one. My
You
biggest
can
fear is.
tell them you want to move.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a man, so I didn't want to tell them that.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna say I'm.
I love the emergency. Those are my favorite because you got
Really?
so much leg room,
That's
Well,
true.
that's a plus, but my biggest fear is
or be in the row right before it so you can lean your seat all the way back.
I was
I-
afraid of elbowing the exit door and it just pops open.
That's my biggest fear. Like I don't want to be sucked out of this plane.
Yeah, that would.
It's a
Definitely.
very big fear of mine. I hate planes, by the way. I mean, I've gotten better
No,
over
I hate
planes.
flying. I mean, like I like flying because I can get there within a matter of hours versus like days. But dude, I'm telling you, man, like, I hate it.
Drink.
I love
I'm telling you.
flying. Love it. Might be because I'm an angel. You never know.
I see what you did there.
You know, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. The punishment for that is airline refunds. You at
The
least.
punishment for Angel getting his wings.
That's awful.
Looks like there's got a tour going on. We
He
should
does,
wave at all
doesn't
these
he?
kids.
Hey, look at the kids.
There's a tour going on.
There's like a high school group right outside our window.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of kids. They should probably listen to our show.
I think
Oh, yeah.
so. We should tell them about it. Write a little
Hey,
note
dude,
for them.
I'm telling. I really want.
What?
I really want to do the T-shirt giveaway.
That's
And all you
creepy,
listeners out
Keegan.
there, let me know, man, because I will
Don't
go out
do
here
that.
and throw T-shirts at people. This and that T-shirts.
Do
This
it.
and that.
Do you have
know.
some?
No.
Well, what I say we can do is like I'll get a $5 gift card to, I don't know,
Starbucks. That'll buy you a
Starbucks,
drink. That'll buy you one
exactly, and I'll
drink.
hide it in one.
Orange spice
Do it.
lattes or pumpkin spice lattes.
Pumpkin
just-
spice.
and
I
just
don't know
throw
what
it at
orange
everybody.
Spice tastes like.
Orange mocha frappuccinos.
Oh, that sounds kind of terrible.
Yeah, I heard it's not that good. Number 5, using a seat in any other manner other than which it was intended,
The upright position.
which is to say, not sitting like a gosh darn normal human being. And there's a picture of a man. He's like sitting on 3 seats.
He's hugging his seat. He literally got up and is sitting, hugging where he's
oh
supposed
wow,
to
yeah.
sit.
He's got his knees down where his feet should be, and he's hugging his seat.
That
like
is
it's,
not a lazy boy.
I don't think I would want my face that close to.
The seat where other people.
Yeah, where other people.
The punishment for this should be on all future flights, passengers shall be seated next to a small child who decides to cry every time a passenger tries to nap.
Perfect way to ruin anyone's life.
And it's like when I go to an airplane or on an airplane or go to the airport, you always see those regular travelers. They always have like the nice flight wear.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
And I just think, they got to be doing this at least twice, 3 times a week.
More than that, I'm sure.
Airplane to airplane, business trip. I'm like, how can you live like that?
And you can follow along our top list from the BuzzFeed.com, and I just posted to the page, so
But I was
make sure
gonna
you guys
do
go
that.
check it out.
Number 6, getting way, and I have to emphasize way, getting way too friendly with your fellow passengers. And then there's some Twitter things that says she just returned with beer and made her seat mates listen to a toast. She calls them buddy now.
Oh, that poor guy.
I have to say, and I love my mom, but she's that person who
No.
gets way too friendly with the fellow
Yeah,
passengers.
you're just like uncomfortable with yourself, like a-hole, if you don't enjoy your single serving friend, dude.
I have to admit, though, I've gotten to the point where I exchange phone numbers and names with a fellow passenger. I did get pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I love that because it's you're never gonna run into this person again, and if you do, it'll be a delight.
Right.
You know, and they're totally cool. They're totally awesome. Whoever wrote that one is just kind of like a clamshell and don't.
I think
mean,
they're not from Oklahoma. Those Oklahoma peeps. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time.
Come on
The
in.
last time I flew in by myself from DFW to OKC, it was I sat next to this little old lady, and she had little cookies, and she talked to me about her granddaughter and everything, and she shared a cookie with me, and at that point
That's
I
so
was like, dude,
sweet.
it's so awesome. I like it.
I've never actually I've only sat next to somebody I didn't know once. Every time I've gone to a plane, I've sat next to somebody that I knew. That one time was,
You don't fly alone that much?
I've only actually flown alone once.
Oh.
And that was from Germany back to Alaska. And I sat next
That's
to
a
this
long
guy.
flight.
It was only 9 hours.
Oh,
It wasn't
that's
that
not
bad. Because you go over the Greenland, so
Yeah.
it's shorter. You can get pretty much anywhere from Alaska within 9 hours usually. in the northern hemisphere. But I sat next to this Swiss guy. We didn't really talk much. We said some things, but kind of had to speak German to him.
Yeah, on my way
fancy.
to college down at New Mexico State, I sat next to this guy who was from Boston, and he told me how he hurt his finger
You know, on my way to California.
for like 6 hours.
Oh God.
I know.
I
Because
sat next
he was
to a
he was going to
stripper.
El Paso, so I sat next to him across the aisle, and then next to him on the next flight.
That's intense.
That's when I quit liking people from Boston.
Best.
Except Mr. Dave, right?
He's iffy.
Yeah, you're right. Number 7. This is one
Just
that
kidding,
we
Mr.
should
Dave.
abide by pretty much any standard. Clipping toenails on a flight. You should
Excuse
not
me
do
as I
that.
barf.
Dude, who does that?
This guy
There's a guy, a
apparently.
picture. Yeah.
Anything with feet, you should not do.
They did that in a restaurant one time. I caught a lady clipping her nails at her table.
Perpetrators only available in-flight entertainment is a radio station whose hit single is just the sound of a toenail clipper.
That's disgusting. That's torturous. That's worse than not having a window.
Oh,
That's pretty nasty.
gross, dude.
8 is pretty common. Don't litter. There's
Litter bugs.
Make sure to throw all your trash away once you're done with the flight. Cleaning up your own effing mess. How about that? That's what the punishment should be,
I mean,
according
really.
to BuzzFeed. Yeah, there's just some people who are just very, 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 very rude. Don't you just...
Mr. Pletz, do you clip your toenails on
Hey, Pletz.
on the fly? Hey, Plex.
Hey, Plex.
Hey, Plex.
Plex, do you clip your toenails when you go to Detroit?
Detroit.
No, kidding aside, Detroit's airport's actually pretty nice.
Never been.
It's got this cool fountain. It like shoots these little water things, like fountains do. But then they will stop and then they would like shoot.
Like along
off.
with music or something?
No,
Are
but
they colored?
I mean, yeah, they change
Like
color.
with lights
But like
underneath
they
them?
shoot and it looks like something's just. I have to go find it. I gotta go find it.
I'll look
now.
it up.
Number 9, obstructing someone's in-flight entertainment view with your hair. So you know they have those little televisions that are on the back of your seat chairs. They have this. I'm assuming it's a lady's long curly hair, just like all up in the television of the person behind them. Not really cool.
I would ask them to sit up.
Excuse me.
Your hair is in
Punishment.
my way.
Brings out electric razor.
Or just clippings. Use those toenail clippers and just chop chop.
This one should be abided, I think, for 10. Showing movies on a plane that have terrifying plane crashes in them.
Ha.
Oh my God, that horror.
There's a picture of the movie Flight with Denzel Washington, and it says, "Warning, contains aircraft crash scenes, unsuitable for nervous flyers."
That's hilarious.
Oh, that is
It's
funny.
like if you've seen the movie Airplane, they're on the airplane, and they're watching a movie about planes crashing. It's kind of like that. You don't want to do that.
You
Come
don't do
on.
that. You freak yourself out.
Fear of flying is a very common thing. I mean, I wouldn't want to watch that. I know my dad would. My dad. But middle seats for 11. Middle seats should be illegal. There was the F word in it, but I couldn't say that. Middle seats. I don't like middle seats. Everybody likes the window seat.
I don't like.
I like the outside seats sometimes. Except when people are passing
I'm
the
too
aisle
tall.
and they're like,
I'm too tall for the window seat, but I like the window seat. I mean, because it's
The
you
window
like to see
seat.
the view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think
like
it's,
I'm always leaning to the right, which is leaning on the person in the middle, and
I think it's talking about that. Okay, you have the
no,
window
I know
aisle,
that,
and
but
then you have the middle aisle.
Then I'm always that's why the middle seat, because I'm always leaning on you.
I'll
Whoever's
tell
in
ya.
the middle seat.
There is one positive for having the middle seat. If you're on a flight where there's not that many people and you have the whole row to yourself, hello, makeshift bed.
Seriously, though.
Yeah,
Just give me a blanket. Hello.
man. Whatever happened, man. It's like they don't even offer blankets anymore.
Well, budget cuts, gasoline.
See, this next one is truly an example that whoever wrote number 6 and number 12, they just hateful people. They're too self-involved to realize that hey.
Number
things
12 is unruly children. All children who cannot keep their crap in check on a flight shall be left behind at the gate.
Oh my God.
I've never had that problem on a
Yeah.
flight. I mean, there's been babies crying, but it's never been
Yeah,
like so
baby
out
crying,
of hand.
but the parent usually knows how to, they
Mhm.
need to change them or they're hungry and.
Well, you hear all these
Get 'em back to
stories.
sleep.
You hear all these stories about people having to be thrown off the plane because their child was acting up.
No, it's
or-
usually the person complaining about the child that gets thrown off the plane.
Yeah.
they're
Because they get pretty
yeah,
aggressive.
because they smack them or they'd yell at
They
them and
say
cuss at
something,
them.
yeah.
this one always scares me. Shoddy construction, anything that looks questionable on an airplane. I'll notice sometimes.
I've never been on an
Oh
airplane.
my
where it was
God.
I noticed
crappy.
I have been in the past a few times actually. I had a window seat next to the wing, and like the tiles are off the wing. You can see wiring, and I'm like, is that safe?
It's
Apparently it is because
I've never flown it.
Yeah,
I don't know. All the
that
ones I've
scared
ever
the crap.
flown in were nice.
I remember flying to Bermuda once. The first time I flew to Bermuda, and my seat was under where the landing gears would come out,
with those
and it would
guys.
just start moving. It would shake a lot, so I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going down. I'm yelling timber, and I hate planes. Ugh.
But yeah, they show a picture of a window that has tape of all things, keeping it, I guess, on, maybe
Yeah,
off.
Looks like somebody broke the glass.
The
plating on-
framing around.
The
not
framing
even
around the window,
glass,
and they just
it's-
put tape
it's
on it.
like they just tape the
Suction.
frame
They'll
back
take
up.
it right out.
14. Falling asleep on your seatmate.
I remember one time me and my mom was going out to California for my great aunt's funeral, and on the way back I was, stopped by the ESPN Lounge in Las Vegas and had me a couple drinks, and I haven't seen that one, and I had a good buzz, and you could smell the alcohol on my breath, and
Sure.
and there's this little Asian lady. She gets in next to. There's my mom by the window, me in the center seat, and then the little Asian lady who sits next to me. And as she sits down, she puts her stuff on nice and neat, and she's like inching away from me because she could smell the alcohol on me and whatnot. And I wasn't being belligerent. I wasn't even saying much. I was just enjoying my drinks, and like I end up going to sleep. And then whenever we're like about to land, I wake up at DFW. We're coming in for landing,
Right.
and she's like all cuddled up on me. And this lady had to be like 60 or so. Dude.
You realize, though, she probably would have had a heart attack if she, just jumped out
No,
and
she
looked
even
over.
drooled on me.
She drooled
Yeah,
on you?
dude. And so she kind of wakes up. I just sat there. My mom looks at me. I
Oh
look
my
at her. I'm
God.
like, oh, well, I'll let the lady sleep.
That
I'm
is
not going to.
so sweet.
And then
You should have done a selfie.
I woke up and there's like a little bit of drool stain. I mean, I got out and there's a little drool stain on my sleeve. And she got up and she like leaned over as far as she could really quick. Like, oh, I fell asleep on him. But
I hope you didn't
care. I
notice.
didn't care. It was cool. It was a cool little thing. But yeah, falling asleep on your seat, man. I think if it had been like some dude or something, I would have been mad.
Yeah.
Like, get off me, dude.
Chill, bro.
But, little Asian lady, they're harmless.
Not a problem.
All they'll do is drool on you.
And give you cookies.
15. Joining any sort of mile high club, even the one that just includes you. That's pretty nasty.
That guy's gonna say.
That goes out to all of you out
That's
there.
what I was laughing at in the middle
It's
of
not
that.
that cool to join the club.
So yeah, that's top 15 things you should be illegal on airplanes.
And I posted that, so
I
guys, go
agree
to our
about
page
100%
and check it
of them.
out.
So
I agree with all of them. I haven't had the rowdy kid like running up and down the aisle, or
No.
screaming, throwing a temper tantrum, and
I mean, overall, most of my flights have been really good. I just hate flying.
I mean, I figure if you can't manage your kids, they're that bratty, well, then you're probably not flying because you can't manage your money enough to save up for a ticket.
You're probably flying your kid to go visit your ex-spouse.
Man,
Ooh,
one time I was in a
Tension.
LAX,
lax.
and I seen all these, like, I swear it was like 60 little Asian kids, and all they had was 2 handlers for all of them. They
2
all just were
handlers?
like perfectly like in line, and they listened and they did exactly what they were told. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, there's no way you could get like 60 American kids with 2 handlers.
You would if you
You'd need, like,
rewarded
tw-
them.
you
You're
would need,
like,
like,
cookies
20
for everybody,
handlers.
get in line.
I mean, and none of these kids had like PSPs or PlayStation. Like they were all just, do. Like I'm doing what I'm told.
They're doing something right over
Discipline, man. I'm telling you, something we don't
My
have
gosh.
here, or our chillins don't have here. Don't have here.
there. We don't have Merca.
America.
Well, it's time for some more weather. In case you missed the first hour, looks like our 5-day forecast will be a high of 93 degrees, low of 71. 20% chance of rain today, mostly sunny, partly cloudy. Thursday we'll have some afternoon thunderstorms, 40% chance of. 83 degrees for a high, 53 for a low. Friday will be a high of 72, low of 45, and Saturday will be a high of 77 and a low of 54. Both of those days are going to be sunny, so it's going to be a great weekend to get out there and do whatever you want. Because Sunday we'll have some clouds in to give us a break from the heat, with a high of 85 and a low of 57, 0% chance of precip. You're listening to This and That on The Wire, your student radio.
You're listening to This and That with Keegan.
Let me just tell a story and I can make it really good.
And Jeremy.
I'm covered in blood. The pig is dead on the ground.
On The Wire, your student radio.
Yeah, I love those.
That's great. I love that one. It was my idea to mention that Jeremy and the pig in the blood. Hey, Jerry, you know what time it is?
Let me guess. It's about that time.
It's time for the beer of the week.
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 Of the week.
Today's beer of the week is courtesy of our good Irish friend over here, Angel Burke,
Yep.
with Guinness.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with Guinness.
Not at all.
I love Guinness.
Keeping it in the family.
What I like about Guinness is it's different than most other kind of beers. It's milky in a way, I guess you could say.
Yeah, milky. Yeah.
First time I ever had Guinness was in New York, actually. They're over spring break. Went to Manhattan with my old man for St. Patrick's Day. We were living it up, let's just say. A lot of money was spent that day, but it was a lot of fun. I love it. And it was Guinness. Hey, my dad can't even drink Guinness. I don't understand. Irish guy can't drink Guinness. Jer,
Really?
how do you feel about Guinness?
I like it. I mean, and I've told you this personally between the two of us and around other people that it's one of my favorite ones during the winter, like cold season, because it's like frothy. You know? I mean, like it's nice and it's a stout. So I love it, man. I mean, it's just nothing better than an ice like cold winter day, making your way into a bar, dusting yourself off from the ice and snow on your boots, and cozying up to a bar and having a nice frothy beer.
Frothy.
Get taken off your wool sweater and finish herding all the sheep.
Whenever you got that like little beer stash, dude, you know it's a good beer.
Yeah. And we always like to mention that with drinking, you should always be responsible about it.
Because nobody can afford a DUI these days.
No,
it don't matter what state you're in. As long as you're in a coherent state, that's the best state to be in, right? Because let's face it, from experience, I'll tell you, DUIs aren't fun. It's a long, lengthy process just to get your life back to normal. And you know, people can sit there and say, "Oh yeah, people's gonna look down on you and whatnot." It's not even that. It's just the stuff that the government makes you jump through the hoops. It's expensive. There's lots of fines. So OU has found a way to help circumvent as many DUIs as they can. It's called the Safe Ride Voucher Program. You can simply go. Any OU student can take their ID over to the Student Affairs Office, which is just west of the studio here and the Union, and you'll see the big Safe Ride Voucher Program banner. Go down there, show them your deal, pick up your vouchers, man. Use them. It's good for any Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night, and I believe it's after 9 p.m.
You start. It opens up at noon, I believe, and ends at 9. You can pick them up any day during the week.
No. It's 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. that you can use them, and you can pick them up Monday through Friday, noon to 7 p.m. And that's any time when the university's open. So even during summertime, as long as classes are in and it's not a major holiday, you can go pick them up and use them.
And I through experience, I've actually used the Safe Ride voucher, and it's a really cool thing the university has to offer. So what's cool is they give you certain like 3 of them. So if you have some friends that you think are not able to drive, you know, you can hand them one, and they'll drive you anywhere in the Norman area. So it's really cool. And I also know that Lyft is doing a Sooner voucher thing, the app Lyft. I know if you do Lyft Sooners as a promotional code, you can get a free ride in the Norman area.
And from my understanding, also there's a few restaurants that, you know, if they see that you've had too much, they'll pony up the cash, you know, out of the restaurant's till or wherever and pay for your ride home, because they don't want to see you You don't have to
Nobody
go
wants
through
to
all
see
that.
that. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to deal with, and it's nothing fun. So drink responsibly. You're supposed to be 21. We ask that most of the listeners here, be 21, drink responsibly. If not, if you're under 21, drink responsibly, man. It's not about getting wasted. It's about having fun.
Absolutely. And we sure had fun with Angel Burke on the show today. Angel, thanks for
Thanks,
coming on
guys.
the
It was
show.
fun.
I appreciate it. You guys
So-
are a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah, sometimes. So
hopefully we get to hang out with you again.
Yeah, hopefully you
Yeah.
can stop back by just randomly, and we'll
freak you out a little bit.
yeah,
Do a little stalking.
it'd be cool.
Sure.
Normally we have somebody. We ask our guests to do some sort of little ditty, but you don't have an instrument. Can you
I
sing?
don't. No. I'll be
No.
quite honest with you. Yeah. No, I sing with a voice that I have, but I can't tell you if it's any
Okay,
good or
rather
not.
than sing, just
Okay.
say Keegan and Jeremy's beer of the week in an announcer voice.
Keegan and Jeremy's beer of the week. Is that any good? Should I do it
dude,
again?
do it again.
Give it a little
Okay.
pause at the end.
Okay. At the end or like between the two?
Like
At the
say
end.
beer of the week, whatever. Give it a few seconds of silence.
That way we can clip it
we
out.
clip it out.
Yeah, and I'll put it to some music.
Okay. Keegan and Jeremy
Try it
beer.
again.
Okay, Keegan and Jeremy's beer of the week.
All right,
Good
man.
stuff,
That's
good
awesome.
stuff.
So maybe we'll have a new little ditty next week. I guess you're out of here then.
I am.
All right.
Gotta kick me out of here.
Drive safe.
All right.
You're listening to This and That. Some bongo drums on the wire. It's the show that ruins your college experience.
Keegan and Jeremy, you guys suck.
This and That on the wire. Your student radio.
Oh man, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
That's
love that one.
that's Jeremy's fiance who tells us we suck. Lyra. She's cool.
Yeah, she's the ish.
So we lost one guest, but we got a new one.
Randomly.
Who are you?
I'm Jessica Aranda, your brand new guest.
I like the radio voice. That was cute. Hey, you totally missed the show because you was in class, right?
Yeah,
I had a dream and you was in it.
that's nice.
I know, it was awesome, dude. I told the listeners already.
Yeah,
so
we're not gonna tell
I won't
them
go
again.
back through it, but it was cool. We ended up hanging out, just
Okay.
driving around because I was lost in Tulsa, where the L.A. Los Angeles Angels stadium was.
Yeah.
I know it was a weird way out there, dream.
Okay,
And I just
okay.
seen you walking.
Have you ever been to Tulsa?
Yeah.
And you got lost there?
No,
In the
it was in the
dream.
dream.
In the dream,
Like,
okay,
Like I was trying to
okay.
get back to where I was going, and
Yeah.
the roads kept like leading me elsewhere. and
Yeah. Ooh,
Then
that's
you were
deep.
just like,
that's
do,
deep stuff right
and I'm
there.
like, hey. And you're like, hey. Then we hung out.
Hey,
And it was cool.
that's some deep stuff right there.
So you're listening to This and That. We're on every Wednesday morning from 9 to 11 Central Standard Time. Why Central Standard Time, you may ask? Because we live in the heart of America. That is right, Oklahoma. You can listen to us here on The Wire by going online to our station's website, wire.ou.edu. That again is wire.ou.edu. But we would recommend you download the TuneIn app for your smartphone because we all know you guys got smartphones. If not, you can always go to TuneIn online and search in the search bar Your Student Radio. You'll find us there. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/thisandthatwire.
In
Not and, but in
the letter.
the letter. This and That Wire. Facebook.com/thisandthatwire. As well as our Twitter handle is @thisandthatwire.
At.
You can also reach us via email at
Email.
thisandthatwire@gmail.com. If you're a musician or you're in a
Musician.
band in the Oklahoma City metro
Or a magician.
Nice.
We'll take you too.
and you're interested in being on our show, let us know. You can hit us up. We're always looking for very talented musicians to provide us insight on the local music scene. And plus, Jeremy and I were big advocates of the local music scene, so please let us know, tell your friends, and keep on rocking.
And we also like magic. So if you're a magician, I would like to see you pull something out of a hat.
Well, just for us and let everybody else.
Make sure to follow us too on our individual
Twitter handles.
Twitter handles. Mine's
do.
at JIV3. I don't post that much, and half the time it's gibberish because when I think about it, it's like 1:30 bar times happening. I'm like, oh, I got a Twitter. Let's tweet.
Mine's a little more challenging. Mine's my last name, at Meena, MEENAGH.
So that's how you pronounce your name.
Yeah, not Megan.
How'd you think?
I seriously didn't know. It kind of looked like it rhymed with your first name,
Yeah,
Keegan.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't see quit saying it's like Kavanaugh. Like Linda Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Like the
But you can, when you see her name, you can kind of
exactly.
read
There's a
it.
U in
Yeah.
there, you know?
It's like
Oh, so the letter U
A-U-G-H.
depicts whether you
Yeah.
can spell or not.
No, it's all, you know?
Hey, Jessica,
Me dang.
what?
what's your favorite band?
Rush.
Wow. Guess what?
What?
That's my favorite band.
Oh my God! What are the chances?
Quite large, actually.
Rush got a pretty big fan base.
Yeah. Pretty big.
We're the best fans.
The best fans. What's your favorite album?
It's hard to pick one, you know. A lot of the good ones came out of the 90s.
Yeah, that's incorrect, but okay.
Oh, yeah. And let me guess, you're one of the 70s
I'm the
guys.
70s Rush
You're the
fan.
70s Rush
I
fan.
like 90s Rush sometimes.
Yeah, it's nice and hard.
Save that. Write that down. It's nice and hard.
It's nice and hard.
There's a new
It
soundbite.
beats 80s Rush.
Yeah, it really
one,
does.
No one likes 80s Rush except
80s
Rush.
Rush fans. Even Rush, you know, they've been on record saying, yeah, that's not our best time.
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. The 80s.
Yes.
So who else do you like to listen to?
Imagine Dragons, definitely.
I would not have expected that.
I wouldn't have
Really?
either. I would have like picked like Beck or something.
Yeah, I'm a big Rush fan, but I also love polka music.
No, seriously, Imagine Dragons are pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
once you
I
get
like 'em.
past like
I like 'em.
Radioactive and Demons that play all the time, you get some really good songs.
That's my problem with Radioactive is that it plays all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I ended up waking up in ash and dust, you know.
Really? Well, I'm breathing in the chemicals. But yeah, they did a really good cover of Tom Sawyer actually on this past tour.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Were they modern day warriors?
Yep, with a Mean Mean Stride.
Today's Tom Sawyer?
Mean Mean Pride.
Dun dun dun.
Look at you, y'all are funny.
Dun dun dun. No, it's mine is not for rent.
It's weird. It's like you look so much smaller sitting down.
Yeah, I know. I get that a lot.
Usually most people are shorter when they sit down.
No, look at her, dude. Like she's.
Well, the seat's kind of like lower than you guys too.
I was about to say, you look
so
like you're in junior high or something.
yeah, I do look like I'm in junior high. I get that a lot
If
too.
I shaved, I look like I was in junior high, so I don't feel so bad. I just hide it very well.
Yes, well, I can't grow a beard. Then I just look
Eh.
like, you know, I don't know.
Never say never. Didn't Justin Bieber say he'll never say never?
I'm not gonna go there.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't even talk about Bieber.
The Biebs, come on.
Nah.
I've been sick lately, you know, with this cough. I think I have Bieber fever.
I don't know what to say to that.
The Biebs. And that One Direction.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, those guys are so cool.
They were here like last week.
One Direction,
Yeah, they were in Tulsa. Not here, but they
Oh.
were at the BOK Center.
the Bach Center,
The Bach.
the Bach.
Everyone goes there. Like seriously.
I've never been there.
I mean, all the bands when they come through
No,
here.
they go to Canes.
No,
Yes,
they go to Tulsa. There.
they do. Everybody goes to Tulsa.
Yeah, everybody goes to Tulsa.
It's crazy. You sounded too excited to talk about One Direction.
Yeah,
You're like they were
I
here.
I keep up with bands in town.
They were here.
They were
Oh
here.
my
Oh my
God.
God, guys.
That's a
Okay,
great
so
app.
did you know who's coming this
To
next
the
couple of days?
Air Park Center or Air Park.
Foster the people with fits and the
Yes,
tantrums.
I was just
I'm
telling
going to that
I wanted to go
concert.
see Fitz.
I saw
Yes.
Fitz.
Yeah.
I saw Fitz at Center of the Universe. Cha-ching with 21 Pilots. Cha-ching, cha-ching. I also saw
I wanted to go to that. So
Cold War Kids. DJ Jazzy Jeff from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was there. It was a really good, really good concert. Really good concert. Mystic Sanctuary. That was a lot.
Yes,
Did
that-
you went there, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're just a big concert goer person, aren't
Yep, sure am. Guilty.
you? Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged. But yeah, I'm going to the Foster People concert tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow's Thursday.
I'm going to like 2 concerts in Tulsa in November. I'm going to see City in Color. No? Never heard of City in Color?
No, I probably should though.
You probably should. Have you ever heard of Alexis on Fire?
Yes.
The
See, my cousin always thought it was Alex is on fire.
Yeah, because it's one word. I always thought it was Alex is on Fire.
Yeah, but then I heard someone mention it. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, the clean vocalist, that's his side project, but it's now his full project. It's acoustic. It's really good. And then I'm going to see Dance Gavin Dance.
What about the Black Keys in December?
I don't care for much of the Black Keys.
Oh
even though we play them on our show.
Dude, what the heck, man? I really like the Black Keys. That's
Black
cool.
Keys are amazing.
I know.
I'm gonna be playing some Black Keys tomorrow. If you want to tune in, 1 to 2, 1 to 3.
Did you add some more to the list here?
Yeah, I added Fever from their latest album.
You
Black
can
Keys.
add Tighten Up. That's my favorite.
Tighten Up is a good song.
So Jeremy's gonna answer the phone, so I'm gonna talk to you,
Hey.
Jessica. So you're in our intro class.
Yes,
Did you
I
bring your
am.
formula sheet?
You know what? I didn't bring my formula sheet.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't think we're in our group. We just got the email from Lynn. We're not in the group today.
Oh.
I have Natalie though, and
Oh
Morgan.
yeah. Hey, you can teach her about the board
Okay,
here.
cool.
Yeah, that's when you can teach her. Who am I with?
You are with.
I'm with Jeremy.
Wow, and Nathan.
You sound excited about that, and Nathan.
All right, we got
Nathan's
our
a cool guy.
we got our special guest
What?
calling in.
Is it Dairy Boy? Hello.
Hello, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right,
Oh,
cool,
is that
man.
Nick Von Bush?
Yeah, we got Mr. Von Bush, the evil villain of Apple products.
What's is that thing we always said? That Apple hating Google Pro. Oh man, I messed it up.
You messed it up.
That Google hating.
Apple hating.
Apple
Google
hating Google. Advocating.
advocating. That's right.
Yes, advocating for Google.
How you doing, Nick?
Pretty good. What can I do for you guys?
We thought we'd have you on as our tech talk techie
Yeah, we want to talk to you a little bit about the.
about the differences between Siri and Cortana and how the new Windows Phone is doing compared to the other two contenders.
Siri versus Cortana. Well, from what I'm hearing, when it comes to Cortana, it sounds like they've got a way of putting in information for her to remember, such as your favorite restaurants, favorite places to eat, as well as setting reminders and stuff like that. Now, as far as I knew, and I mean, I don't own an iPhone, but you guys do, I was pretty sure you could set yourself reminders with Siri, but with Cortana, you know, with that whole being able to store certain information about yourself, I don't believe Siri can, such as your favorite restaurants and stuff like that, whereas Cortana apparently will give you reminders when you're in the area of that stuff.
Yeah, well, that was the thing that I noticed on the commercials was where your location-based reminders on Siri is like, okay, when I leave here or when I get to a position, it's based on the user and not necessarily the location of whatever you wanted to be reminded of. Like again, like I think they use pick up flowers, and then
Yeah.
it's based on the location of florists rather than the location of you. So like you know, I can set a reminder. Hey, when I leave the studio today, call my mom or call my dad or whatever, you know, and it'll remind me as soon as I get away from this area.
Yeah, exactly. And I was going to say, it'll be interesting to see how well Cortana fares against Siri, because obviously Siri was the trendsetter. Obviously Siri did the best when it came to, talking to your phone, setting notifications through voice and stuff like that, and text messages, and really, for Windows Phone to compete with, Google Now and Siri, they really had to come out with their own voice assistant, at least to say that they're competing on the same level. In terms of Windows phones, I think they're doing a little bit better in other countries. In terms of the United States, they're just not a very popular phone. I mean, some people love them and they'll swear by them.
Why do you think that is? I mean, versus like Android and Windows. I mean, how come people are still going towards the Android operating system versus the Windows?
Well, if you want my honest opinion, Android almost reminds me of a Windows computer in the fact that you can move your apps around on the screen, just like you would on Windows. You can move the programs around, set them where you want them and stuff like that.
And I would assume that was a good selling point.
What's that?
I would assume that was like a really great selling point. I mean,
yeah, and I was going to say in terms of Android it is, but if you've ever picked up a Windows phone, what they do is they do these tiles. So there isn't as much customizability. You can't you can't change the background screen or anything like that. You can't set a background to it. And just the user interface and the way you navigate the Windows phones is just really, really kind of ugly. It's just it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Whereas iPhones, they've got real simple interfaces for navigation and stuff like that. I mean, that's what everybody knows them for. And Android a little more complex, but it's still a lot more simplified than even the Windows phone. You know,
and that's what I was going to say was I think that's what's coming back to bite Apple in the rump is the simple fact that they made it so simple and so easy and so rounded and childish looking almost that it's hard for most techies to, you know, go for that because it's not, you know, it's anybody could
well,
operate.
and yeah, and they really lock the phone down, and they really lock the ecosystem down. You know, I you know, just the other day they were talking about this really great new widget app that came out on the App Store for, you know, iPhones and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and Apple shut it down without any real reason why. They said, you know, it just didn't meet the criteria, but you know, it you know, at the time, the developer had said that when they had talked to, you know, Apple's support teams, it was kind of a hit or miss on what the reason was. You know, there was kind of internal debates on it. Whereas, you know, with Android, you can roll out a beta version of an app, and that's considered okay. Whereas Apple, you have to have a finished, you know, polished product, and it has to meet, you know, really strict criteria. It's, you know, it's got its pluses and minuses. You know, you don't have a half-baked idea on the, you know, on the App Store for the iPhone, so that really, you know, makes sure you get a good product. But at the same time, you know, if something's a work in progress and you kind of like to see what they're doing, you don't have that ability.
Hey Nick, this is Keegan. How you doing?
What can I do for you, Keegan?
How do you feel about these stories involving iPhone 6s snapping and breaking?
The bending?
Yeah.
It's not. It's. I guess I should define it. It's not the iPhone 6s. It's just the 6 Pluses. What's been going on with the iPhone 6 Pluses is apparently there's some kind of structural issue. Now you can go online and you can see people bending their iPhone 6 Pluses, and then you can go on to like Consumer Reports and Square Trade and said, oh, we've done the 3-point test where they stick in, you know, an iPhone 6 between, you know, held up between two objects, and then they press down straight on the back of it, and you know. So it looks like, oh no, they're more structurally sound than the iPhone 5Ss and stuff like that. But the point that they're not showing you is, you know, I can make something look good if I press in the right spot.
Well,
but it's right near the volume button that they're having a structural integrity issue with the iPhone 6 Pluses.
And I have to agree with a fellow techie that I follow on Twitter and whatnot, Peter Welpton. He said, I mean, when I went to the Apple Store and I got my hands on it, the iPhone Plus, the big one, it's the first product by Apple that I didn't feel like it didn't feel like an Apple product. I mean, like it didn't feel like. I mean, it feels almost like Steve Jobs would be rolling over in his grave if he held one of those, or if he knew that this was out.
I guess, what about you as an avid Apple fan? What about the iPhone 6 Plus? Didn't you feel like it was an Apple product?
It was. I don't know. I mean, most of them feel sturdy and they got a bit of a bulk, not too much, but just enough bulk to let the true techie know, hey, I got a quality piece of engineered, you know, technology. So it was one of those things that, I mean, if like anybody who really knows me knows that I always go for the second generation of everything. I mean, mainly because everybody rushes out and gets the first generation, then I come out with my second gen and makes their first gen look retarded. So, you know, that's definitely what I'm going to do, and that's what I've always done prior to Bendgate and all these other problems that people are trying to bring up. But that's the thing is you find one flaw in something, and everybody's got to go for that, regardless whether it's Android or Windows or, I mean, I think personally my opinion is that the Windows phone isn't doing as well because of Windows 8. I mean, if Windows 8 didn't bite as much as it did, well then, you know, I think, and it was more functional right out of the start, or maybe even Windows 7 was a hit, well then, you know, the Windows phone would be rocking it and be a strong contender.
I see your opinion on that. You know, and I don't think the iPhone 6s are bad phones. I think they really built the quality product. I think really what they need to do is they just need to go back to the drawing board.
I think the quality part is kind of
and fix that issue.
Yeah, I'd have to say quality apprehensively, because I mean, like I said, with the pluses,
yeah, you know, that's unlike Apple. Usually other than that iPhone 4 debacle where with the antennas, I mean, they always roll out a real quality product. So I was kind of surprised.
And as an Apple fan, I would have no problem having a thicker phone with a bigger screen. You know, you don't have to try to hit a home run every time you're up to bat. And I think that's where Apple has started to falter with this phone. So, I mean, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's to each their own. Again, I'm in the midst of possibly adding a second line to my phone plan, so I can enjoy some of the functions of Android. So, you know, as well as keep my iPhone. But you know, that's all remains to be seen.
Well, thanks.
You know, and I have an associate that likes he likes the best of both worlds. He's got both an Android and an iPhone, and he likes them both equally for each their own quality.
Yeah, because some stuff that you can't do, some stuff you can do. So, I mean, it works out for the best if you can afford to have both, you know. But thanks again for coming on the show, man. I appreciate your calls. You're always a great addition to the show. And if there's ever anything you want to talk about, feel free to call anytime you want on our Wednesday show.
Sounds great. Appreciate it, guys.
Bye, Nick. Have a good day. That was Nick Von Bush with the Tech Talk 10 Minutes. Nick Von Bush, that Google... I keep messing it up. That Apple-hating, Google-advocating guy that works at Radio Shack.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, yeah. Hey, Jessica, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good.
We were really quiet for that segment. We're like, don't want to bother Jeremy when he's in the zone.
In the tech zone.
Get in the zone. So we only got like 9 minutes left in the show.
That was the purpose of the call, to burn some minutes.
No, you don't say that on the air.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh, we thought his mic was turned off.
Oh, crap. Oh well. So, this is the hardest part, is that last 9 minutes. Yeah.
See, this is what Lily was talking about, dude. You're lost with that.
You guys see any
Without a
good
guest.
movies lately?
You guys see any good movies?
You guys read any good books?
So the other day I was walking and I stepped on a bug.
Oh.
Oh.
What kind of bug?
I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to make this interesting.
There's nothing interesting to say the last couple minutes of the show. What do we have? 9 minutes. Let's count the seconds on the air.
Okay.
1.
Oh, well, we're at 10:51 and 55 seconds.
No, we're at 10:49, man.
Yeah.
Let's go back talking. Let's just go talk about Rush.
Okay.
Let's leave Jeremy out.
I could do that.
Talk about
Leave
Rush for a
Jeremy
few hours.
We can do that for hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about their new stuff?
I bought their album. Was it Clockwork Angels?
Yeah.
I didn't even listen to it once through. I just like, yeah, I love you guys, but I love the old you. If you play the old stuff, I'll love you forever. I saw
the new stuff is so good, though. I mean, Clockwork Angels is amazing.
I don't think so.
Oh, by the way, listeners, start sending us your shout-outs. We'll do them here in a sec.
Oh, yeah, shout-outs.
So make sure you text either Keeg or I, or send us a message on Facebook. And we'll give you guys shout-outs because it's always fun to do that. Like to see how many people are listening.
Caressa Steel, 1975?
6.
That's 2112.
Who said 2 can't come out in the same year?
America.
Well, 1974 was their first one. Fly By Night was 75. So.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I gotta go look this up. I know 74 was their first one.
Everybody knows.
I know this Fly By Night was 75. But okay, maybe they're both 76. Caressa Steel, which is a highly underrated album. 75. Well.
Okay, so for the
I said 75.
Yeah, I know.
So for the
props
avid Rush listener, what's the difference
Between what?
between singers?
There was only one singer.
That's
I know.
What makes it awesome.
What's the difference
How
between?
tall is he?
I don't
He's
know.
5 foot something.
See?
Probably short.
What's his birth month?
I don't know. We're not that old.
What's his name? Estelle Getty?
Yep.
His real name is Gary Lee Weinrib.
Yes.
But
he's Jewish.
His parents are Holocaust survivors.
Yeah. That's
And
pretty
yeah,
good.
So he changed his name.
His grandma had a very thick Yiddish accent. So
Well, just make it up if you don't know. Come
Giddy.
on, it's
I'm being
interesting.
serious. I have my backup here.
You
to
know
tell
when
me.
he's serious, he scratches the beard. Everybody heard that. You hear
Yeah,
that?
I know.
He's
So
You can hear
serious.
it.
I
You can
can't
hear it.
play poker anymore because they know when I'm bluffing.
They know when he's serious. He starts scratching. They're like, "Oh crap, I better fold."
I fold every day.
So
I bet you do.
So the argument is 90s Rush better than 70s Rush? And I would
No.
have to disagree. And I
what's
would
the
say-
difference between the two?
I like both. I don't think there's a better period.
So 70s Rush consisted of 20 minutes prog concept epic songs about like mythical lands and Greek gods and science fiction, and like the songs are so complex.
in the 90s?
No, in the 70s.
No, and then the 90s. What's
They weren't as long. I mean, they were still pretty long by radio standards. They were like 5 minutes. They weren't like 20 minutes like they were in the 70s. The 90s also had a more, let me say this again, harder sound.
Like hard rock sound, like
Yeah,
Stone Temple
like-
Pilots kind of sound, I would say.
that was pretty interesting.
But the 80s.
what was the reasoning behind the difference?
Well, the
changes? Was it
80s
like
it was
less
the
drug
80s
use,
really.
or was it like
And they weren't really
change
big
in
drug
life?
users.
Was
no,
it
they didn't take any drugs.
The 80s came, and that screwed everybody up because they got into real techno, like electronic sound synthesizers.
And they got synthesizers
and
and-
they were really synthesizer heavy.
See, and I think that's what I miss about Ozzy is his synthesizers.
Well, to each his own, right?
Yeah.
When in Rome. When in Rome.
When in Rome, to
You don't
each
like
his own.
synths?
Not
They
when-
they can work in some situations.
well, like they went from 20-minute songs to 4-minute songs to radio
What's that
songs.
little
Wait.
thing in the air where like you don't
Wind.
touch anything?
Oh, yeah, I don't
that
remember
little
what it's
instrument?
called. It makes that...
It's got a little antenna on one side.
Yeah,
You like those things?
No.
never really given them much thought.
I play with mine every night.
I'm sure you do.
Liar hates it.
Dustin Daigle, shout out to you, my friend. Thanks for listening. We love you. Kenneth Pletz, thanks for listening. We love you. Dad, thanks for listening. I can't say we love you, but I can say I love you. I love you, Dad. So far, that's all I've heard from.
Oh, Carrie Sifford in Poplar, Montana. Jamie Samsel. Joy Burke. Angel Joy Burke.
Thanks for coming on the show, Angel.
Yeah, thanks for showing up.